honored to bring Michael Nankin. He's a good friend, he's an amazing director, and I'm going to rattle off, by reading this paper, some of his credits. He's not only directed, but he's a writer and producer. Over 30 titles, including Picket Fences, Chicago Hope, Life Goes On, American Gothic, Strong Medicine, Terminator, Battlestar Galactica, and CSI, to name a few. I'm sure...
That's naming a lot.
And I know there's other things that you love and you've worked on, and so tell me anything else, any other highlights that of your career that you...
It's funny, the two best jobs I had were Life Goes On, which was the first job I had in television, and Battlestar Galactica, which is actually one of the most recent. Battlestar Galactica I fell into without knowing what I was getting myself into. And by that time I was a seasoned, scarred, bitter, cynical man. And I went up to Vancouver to work on the show and found that everybody, the people in the office, the production staff, the art department, the drivers, the crew, the cast, everybody was at the top of their game, as nice as could be, and all they cared about was making the show better. And everyone had the same work ethic. All they cared about was like, what do we have to do to make it good? And all they wanted to do was help me. And I kept waiting for the monster to show up. You know, where's the awful actor? Where's the, like, there wasn't one. There wasn't one. The monster never showed up, and so I just did everything I could to stay on that show. It was just, you know, and for those of you who know Battlestar, as dark and as angst-filled and as depressing as the stories could get, the set was like daisies and teddy bears. You know, I made lifelong friends on that show. I mean,
and you were one of the loved directors. You shot a lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes, yeah. The number one skill that you have to have is the ability to pick yourself up out of the gutter after the shit wagon has run you over and start again, over and over and over. That's the secret, is that, you know, everyone gets into the, it's like, okay, it's like, I'm not in the business, and if I break through that golden wall, you know, then I'll be in, and my career trajectory will be that. Well, no, it's never that, it's this. You know, and every time you feel like, oh my God, I've ruined it, I'm never going to work again, everyone hates me now, and, you know, it's like, it's constant up and down, and, you know, and you need the ability to reinvent and regroup and find your strength again. And also, here's the other thing, is that, you know, there's no reason to do it other than the fact that you love it. There's no other reason. You know, if you have any other motive, then like, you're in for a lot of grief. But it doesn't mean that you will love it your whole life. A lot of people get stuck in it, really, you know. And you know, I've worked with people for whom it's a drudgery, you know, and I'm thinking like, why? Come on, man, wake up. But it does happen, and you have to, you know, it's like in a way these downtimes are gifts, because you can check back in with yourself and go, do I still really love it? Is it making me happy? You know, and with all the shit and all the hard work and those dusty stages and the auditions and like all the bullshit, do I still love it? Is it worth it? And you know, whenever then the answer is yes, then and once you realize the answer is yes, then yes, you can pick yourself up, and it's easy now, because you know you've reinvigorated, you've found the core of it again, you found your love for it. There's another secret, and this is something that it literally has taken me. This is a lifetime journey for me. Dispose of your ego. Get rid of it as fast as you can. Anything that happens on the set that makes you angry is your ego. Anything that makes you frightened is your ego. Anything that puts you in conflict is your ego. Get rid of your ego. There's no place for it. It is the part of you that will sabotage you every time, without fail. I'm always working to strip it away when I feel that, you know, the adrenaline come up with someone, how dare he talk to me that way? You know, that's, you know, now I recognize and I stop myself and, you know, talk to me that way. Come on.
That's such good advice, and it's so important on every level, for actors, for directors, for producers, to inspire others to bring the best to the work. Absolutely. What do you expect from an actor?
To work as hard as I do. And I work really hard. You know, I do a shitload of homework. I do a lot of homework. I read that script over and over and over and over again. And so when you show up, I mean, like the basics, really, you'd be surprised at people who don't even bring the basics. Like, know your fucking lines, okay? I mean, come on, you know, and understand the scene. You know, it's like, even on auditions, I know the people that have done their homework, and the people that don't piss me off. You know, it's like someone comes to an audition, you're like, well, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, doctor? All right, okay, that's it. Thank you. You know, but someone who's gone through, I mean, our job, all of our job is to analyze dramatic writing, right? So whether it's an audition or a play or a film, or you've got the part or you don't have the part, it doesn't matter. It's the same job. You have a piece of paper, you know, you have the scene, you know, the writer has left clues for that in regard to its structure and its emotional flow and where the transitions are and who these people are and how he envisions it being played. It's all there if you just take the time to analyze it. And then literally, when I have any free time I have in prep, I just sit down and read the script again. Because every time like, oh, wait a minute, that thing in scene 2 and that thing in scene 15, they actually connect. They're about each other. You know, and you don't get that on the first blush. So, yeah, so work your ass off. You know, be really serious about it. I'm not saying be serious in your work. The work has to be play. Here's the story. I read an article about an interview with a cello player. He talked about the concept of rigor and surrender. And he said the rigor is all the homework. How do you hold the bow? Where does the bow go? Where's the tremolo? Where's C? Where's this? Where's that? Over and over and over and over and over again, so that when you get to performance, you can surrender. In performance, you don't want to be thinking about how to hold the bow. You're out of it. It's done.
Exactly.
So rigor and surrender. And that's what I look for in actors. You know, do the homework. Come with an understanding. You and I may have different understandings of the scene. Great. Fantastic. You know, you may have done 15 hours of homework and looked at it one way, and I may have done 15 hours of homework and looked at it another way, but if we both show up with that and leave our egos at home, right, now we have twice as many ideas, and now we mix and match and find the best, and some new third thing grows out of it that never existed before.
What can an actor expect from you as a director?
The same diligence and respect for my co-workers and the material that I expect from you. You know, I prep the hell out of a show, but you'll never know it. That's all my private work, which I bring to the set in my back pocket, and I'll basically say, so what do you got? Because I want to see, because I know, I prepped it. I've made that movie in my head. I'm bored with it already, you know, and I can only take it so far. So, you know, I'm greedy for more input. I'm greedy for ideas and feelings and, you know, and that kind of stuff. And you know, it's like, because you never know. You can prep and prep and prep in your house, and you can make videos and all that stuff that we do. But until you get to this, it's like, okay, it's Thursday, we're doing scene 48. You know, you had a bad day in traffic. I have a cold. You know, it's like all the things, there's all the things that inform where we are at that moment that are entirely unpredictable. But I try to withhold too many decisions until we get there, until we're doing it, because I want all this stuff. I want all this stuff so that in the moment I can, you know, just sort of use, because I find that the creation, the act of creation in the moment is the most exhilarating part of it. Oh, here's a pet peeve: cutting yourself. Never, ever, ever, ever. I don't care if you throw up in the scene. I don't care if you have a baby. And for the women, it's not your job. Because if that tells me that you're not in the scene. That tells me you're judging yourself. So how can you be in the moment and be watching it at the same time? That's my job. That's why the director says cut. Because the job of watching it is the director's. If you're watching it, you're not acting. So don't ever cut yourself. So we as human beings are highly emotional people. We're emotional about everything. We're made of emotion. And in order to get along with each other, we've become experts at suppressing our emotions. So we feel 100%, we show 10%. This is what we're used to seeing. And because of this, we've all become Sherlock Holmeses of emotions. We're all geniuses at figuring out what's really going on. And so for a scene, for a performance in film to seem real, it has to try to approximate that, because the audiences are all geniuses at figuring out what's really going on. And if you give them something that approximates reality, which is an actor who is feeling everything and pushing it down and hiding it, that gets the audience involved, because now they're working with you. Now you're just no longer dishing it out. Now it's a tennis game, because they're going, wait a minute, he's lying, I know, and now they're smiling and they're engaged, and that's where you want them.